احترمي بصراحة. بس عندنا هاي
طيب هتسيب المسلسل ده هتقولي كده.
انت حضري معايا على الانترفيو ولا حتطلعي؟
لازم امشي.
No worries.
I'll go do the running order for sponsorship.
Yeah, ما في وقت.
So the first post hasn't gone out.
Good morning and welcome back to Lovin Dubai show and happy Friday!
It's Friday.
Hi, Friday.
I am so happy. You have no idea.
And as always, we're bringing you the top and most trending news in Dubai. And our top story for today, students and teachers can get a major discount on parking.
And in addition, Dubai Marina fire survivors are finding new homes after weeks of uncertainty.
And 12 Abu Dhabi schools banned from enrolling grade 11 and 12 students.
And finally, in a very interesting turn, a taxi driver has been ordered to repay 51,000 dirhams in traffic fines.
And later on the show, we're going to be joined by Zoya Ahmed, the young author. She's only 12 and published a book called Between the Pages.
That is crazy.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Young people are really killing it right now. And in today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 34 to 41 Celsius.
What's really hot nowadays is TikTok and the Coldplay concert.
It's absolutely crazy. I know that all of you guys have probably seen it, but basically we saw that the CEO of Astronomer, Andy Bryan, I believe that was his name, Byron. You know what? That's okay. I will not give his name that much importance because he clearly did not give his wife that much importance.
Thank you so much.
That is so crazy.
Crazy.
The fact that Chris Martin just like caught him there and he was like, oh, why are you guys hiding? Like, you must be having an affair.
The thing is that Chris Martin's like, no, either you're having an affair or you're just too shy. But honestly, when I watch this video, I'm like, maybe let's not jump into conclusions. Maybe they're too
really
shy.
thought that?
Okay. And then I dug deep a little bit into TikTok and people pulled their names and their titles.
Girl, Grok,
and where they work.
By the way, Grok itself on X, when people were asking Grok who are these people, and Grok literally said that's the CEO of Astronomer, and that lady is a part of his HR staff, and that he is married. He is married and with 2 children. By the way, his wife on Facebook quite literally took out her last name. Yup. He issued an apology, but people are not really liking the apology, and the employees came out.
But I think that's their employee with them, right?
You think?
That's what someone said.
She
that
does
the
look
employee
really
next
embarrassed.
Yeah,
she does look
the person
really
next to them is their employee.
Ooh, why would they bring an employee with them?
I have no idea. Maybe it's like a work trip or whatever.
Isn't it so interesting how far they took this affair? Like, not only are they having an affair,
going to a Coldplay
they're going to
concert.
concerts.
And how embarrassing! Like, imagine finding out your partner's infidelity like this and on TikTok.
And the entire internet knows.
And the entire internet knows.
You know what? By the way,
that's so embarrassing.
You know what this is honestly telling me? That the internet literally destroys relationships. Because Masa, if there was any chance of that wife ever getting back with him after she discovered this affair, she won't. You know why? Because I feel like for us women, more so than the cheating, it's about being embarrassed.
It's about being embarrassed.
She has not just been embarrassed, she's been embarrassed worldwide. Worldwide.
Well, she knows that worldwide, like everyone has their support. Yani, everyone's supporting their.
No, but it's embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
Like that's like your secret out there.
But the thing is, both of them have families. That's the crazy thing. Like, you should be out there worrying about. You know what? You should be getting your kids. You should be taking your kids to this Coldplay concert. You should not be having an affair while you're on a Coldplay concert. And at your age?
I like this. You preach. No, but you know what? I feel like he really did defy stereotypes, though, because I feel like with these CEOs, I feel like in all of these like fiction books that we used to read, who is it always with? The secretary.
The secretary.
No, like this changed. Like this is no serious. I'm so sorry.
Even behind her laughing.
I'm so sorry. But like he chose a HR chief. Like this is
I mean,
how
they
I
both
know.
have high status, yeah, they maybe like the aura or whatever.
And the company, by the way, is valued at over $1 billion. So this is
Wow.
big. Like this is a big HR scandal.
I hope his wife wipes out his bank account.
By the way, God
So
wanted
Yes,
this
God
to be known.
wanted.
God wanted
Oh my
this
God,
to be
I
known.
was just
'Cause
about to
imagine how many
say.
people are at a
God
Coldplay
wanted them to
concert.
know exactly, and that's the thing. Like there are a lot of couples in Coldplay concert, but why them?
Girl, it was looking like Titanic. It was literally looking like Titanic, the way they were holding each other.
Someone says she's gonna be rich after the divorce. Yeah, she will be.
Oh, did somebody say this
Yeah,
in the show?
someone said that she's gonna be rich after
Period.
the divorce.
This is
She
evidence
shall.
in court.
Yeah,
yes,
literally.
I love this
And she
for
can
her.
she can run like infidelity and embarrassment. Embarrassing the kids as well. Oh God.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just keep looking at it, guys. Like, it's really horrifying. Damn. But you know what this also reminds me of? Jeff Bezos' recent wedding. By the way,
That's also
he
embarrassing.
cheated on his wife.
Yeah, that's his mistress.
No, but he married her now.
Someone said.
Lauren Sanchez.
Someone said. I read it somewhere. I don't know. It's just a saying that it just means the empty spot needs to be filled out again.
Girl.
Anyways.
No, but you know what? I've been watching videos of Lauren Sanchez, by the way. She has a really nice personality.
Yeah.
Like, she's very bubbly.
I mean, but she's still.
I'm not trying to say anything.
Do not justify. Let's not. Anyways, we wish them the best of luck, but let's not justify infidelity. Moving on to our first story of the day: students and teachers get major discounts on parking. So, Parking, the UAE's leading public parking operator, has launched a game-changing subscription plan for the new academic year, and it's making commuting a whole lot easier. So, students can now save up to 80% on monthly parking subscriptions by simply registering with a valid student ID.
So educators, on the other hand, are being granted priority access to parking zones A, B, C, and D with flexible packages that allow them to park closer to their workplace. The initiative aims to reduce the financial strain on families and support the education community by promoting affordable, convenient access to parking.
It also reflects broader goals for sustainability by encouraging long-term use of organized parking instead of random or illegal spots. So applications can be made directly through the parking website or the mobile app, where users can upload their documents and choose their preferred zones.
So the program is expected to benefit thousands across Dubai and beyond, especially as schools and universities return in full swing after the summer break. This is so exciting.
So exciting.
I don't drive, but you know, it's still so exciting. It's so exciting because I remember when I used to be in school, Massa, I remember in like my first morning lesson of the day, my teacher would always be complaining about how she can't find parking.
Parking is an issue, by the way.
Exactly, and because of the fact that they stay in the school all day for like up to 10, 9, 8 hours, what ends up happening is they get charged. So they have to go look for an area where they won't be charged, and that does take them time. So I think that this is so convenient.
100%.
Like I'm glad that they
because
they
you have
get
to
that.
stay. Because imagine this every day for at least a minimum of 8 hours. So let's say like during peak hours, you're gonna have to pay a little bit extra. I think at 6 p.m. you have to pay like 4 dirhams or more. So if you think about it, like by the end of the month, the cost is going to be super high. But they're educators, the students, okay?
It's their job.
It's their job. They have nowhere to go. And sometimes like it's very limited to find parking. And we want to find free parking spots. They're usually so far away. What was your method of transportation
To school?
School.
Girl, bus. I was a bus kid. What about you?
Bus.
Oh my God, the good old days.
But in university, first year was metro, and then the next 3 years was by car. But it was a struggle to find parking. It was the most difficult thing. I used to calculate it beforehand, like I had to think about parking ahead of time. If I reach there at this specific time, it's gonna be filled. So I need to leave 10 minutes early.
Or 15 minutes early to find that parking.
Yes.
I get
That's
it.
so difficult. Wish I had that, but anyways, it's for the next generation. They will benefit.
Yes, they will. Not me though, because I
No.
don't drive yet. Inshallah,
You should-
inshallah, I'll get there soon.
You should be driving, but we have another happy story. So Dubai Marine fire survivors find a new home after weeks of uncertainty.
And so after a devastating fire broke out in a residential building in Dubai Marina on June 13th, the lives of over 3,800 residents were turned upside down. So while no casualties were reported, thanks to the swift action of the civil defense teams, the incident did leave many displaced searching for shelter and stability.
So you may remember the heartwarming viral video of rescue teams saving a dog and reuniting it with its owners. It became a symbol of hope amid the chaos. So among those affected was Lisa Madlin and her partner, who spent weeks shifting between temporary accommodations, uncertain of what came next. But there is a silver lining. Lisa recently shared photos of their new permanent home in a sentimental Instagram post, marking a fresh start after a difficult chapter. You should see the picture, by the way. They look so happy.
I'm so happy for
I'm
them.
so happy for them. Like, no, a tragedy turned to something like, and it's like a blessing in disguise. They've got a house upgrade 100%. But thinking about it, like when the fire broke out, like you think about your pets, you think about what's going to happen to you, where you're going to stay. You can't be renting hotels all the time. You don't want to be a burden to your friends. But right now, they look super happy in their new home. You should see the picture. It's so cute. Like they're smiling and they're happy. New beginnings, new chapters, and new beginnings, a new area, new memories, new memories in this new house. Away from the chaos, hopefully.
I love this for them, but more so than that, I think you pointed to something that caught my attention, Masa, and that's how you said, like, you know, nobody wants to be a burden to their friends and family, but I feel like, you know, it's like events like this that show you who's really there for you. And, you know, for me, I actually had a bunch of people that I knew who did house their friends who were a part of the Marina. Yeah, they did. Like, their friends stayed over with them. And it's like, these are the people that we need in the community. 100%. People that are like, girl, you lost your house, come live with me. Come live with me. I got you. Like, this is what you need. And I think this is why, like, as a society, we need more of that.
Yeah,
we definitely need more of that.
And I know a lot of stories emerged, like a lot of volunteers walked in, a lot of people came to give charity, a lot of people gave shelter for the pets with no homes. So I think we proved that we stand in solidarity, and I think we proved that we stand together in such chaos and tragedies. Because a lot of people came out, a lot of people came in, a lot of people offered their homes as well. But this is just a story that to prove that they have finally found a home. They're not moving from place to place. They've settled and they're happy, thank God.
And if you know, finding a home in Dubai, it is actually difficult. It's not something that will like take a week or like take a month. It does take time to settle into a new area.
Let's move on to our next story. So 12 Abu Dhabi schools banned from enrolling grade 11 and 12 students. So in a major move to uphold academic integrity, Abu Dhabi's Department of Education and Knowledge has temporarily banned 12 private schools from enrolling students in grade 11 and 12. So this decision is part of sweeping crackdown aimed at tackling grade inflation and inconsistencies in academic records.
So as part of the probe, the affected schools are now required to submit detailed academic documentation for all current grade 12 students. This includes transcripts, grading framework, sample assessments, and proof of graduation requirements. So this initiative is essentially designed to ensure fair, consistent, and merit-based evaluation, giving all students equal academic opportunities.
So ADEC has confirmed that this review will expand to grades 9 through 11 in the coming phases, signaling a broader effect to strengthen transparency and standards across the Emirates education system. I remember back when I was in school, I think every grade has to have a maximum of 30 students.
30 students?
Yeah.
There were like 100 students for us.
In one class?
No, in one grade.
Oh,
in
no.
one grade.
No, in one class, I think we had 25, but maximum of 30. You were not allowed to exceed that number.
No, that does make sense.
What about you? If it was 50-50, how many grades did you have? How many classes do you have?
For us, it was until grade 13.
Okay.
And each grade, I believe there was like 80 to probably 100 kids in it. And
so it's like A, B, C.
No, but there were multiple teachers for each subject. There were multiple teachers.
Okay.
So they did divide the students up pretty fairly. Like each class probably had up to like max 25 students. Not that many.
I think they're trying to tackle like over enrolling students in one class, and it can't, because if you think about it, if you have so many students in one class, you cannot. The teacher will be difficult. It will be so difficult for the teacher
that is true.
to attend to every single student's needs.
That does make sense, and I feel like especially like as a parent, when you're enrolling your child into a school, especially in Dubai, where school is very expensive for a lot of people, like the fees can go up to like 120,000 dirhams in certain schools. Like you want your child to get the best education, and that won't happen if like it's an overpopulated.
If it's
grade.
overpopulated,
the teacher can't like focus on everyone. But at the same time, though, Masa, like on that point of like the teacher can't focus on anybody. I don't agree with that statement because it's like, is a teacher meant to chase me or am I meant to chase this teacher?
You're not. I'm not.
Do you get what I mean?
It's not in a way where
their job is not to be a mom. Like,
yeah, that's true, but it's just you're the adult, you're the teacher. Students don't know any better. I'm not saying that you have to chase every single student. It's just, I think you have to be a little bit more attentive.
Yes.
Because our minds go to different places. Like, we're not focusing in the class.
No, I don't agree with that. I remember when I used to be in school, like my mom and dad, and this is something I'm so happy that they did, they would never stand up for me in school.
Oh, my parents never stood up for me.
They never, even if the teacher was in the wrong, my parents never stood up to me, and I feel like it did teach me this lesson this lesson of responsibility, and you have to look after your education. Like Masa, like I have the kind of parents, by the way, they would never ask what my grades were. Like, you know how there's this big thing in like family households, oh my God, show us your report card and we're gonna get you this big gift, we're gonna have this big celebration. My mom and dad were never like that. They would not check on my grades. They would not, seriously, they would not check what I'm up to. And it's like, I remember they used to until I was like in year 8, where they would check everything that I'm up to. I even had like a math teacher, but I was doing really bad. And my parents were like, wait, we care a lot and she's doing really bad. Maybe we need to take a step back. And it's so interesting because when they took a step back, they did not get us a single tutor, nobody to help us. Our grades flew. We were flying in school. We were doing really well.
You needed a little bit of independence, basically.
Not even independence, but like doing it for ourselves, not for them.
I think it's different for every single person. Sometimes you need this, like a child needs a little bit of a push.
I'm so sorry. You need being overbearing never works.
No, because and it's not. I'm not telling the parents that you need to have such high expectations for your kids.
Yeah.
I'm against having high expectations for your kids because not everyone is blessed. I'm joking.
You know, I remember I once met this teacher, Masa. Oh my God, strangest human being I've ever met, but great teacher. And he told me, he was like, to be honest with you, like, I don't care if my kids fail. And I look at him, I'm like, sir, what are you saying? Like, you are ahead. You are a great teacher too. He was like, no, because he went like, I feel like with children, they think that, oh, like if you fail, you don't love them anymore. He went like, whatever my children become, like music artists, this, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, you are my child and I love you. And I'm like, wow. But that could never be me.
That could never be
me. I don't want to have no music artists in this house. Unless you're like Michael Jackson. No. No, I'm serious. If you're gonna do something, you need to be the best at it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have to be the best at it. Yeah. If you don't want to focus on your grades, then you have to be super talented.
Exactly. You have to be super talented. You can't just be a loser. Like, what's the point if nobody knows you? Like, let's keep it moving.
I think just don't be overbearing, but at the same time, I think you need to be a little bit attentive. 100%.
I don't know. We can disagree to agree. We can disagree to agree. And for our final topic of the day, the Dhabi Labor Court has actually ruled against a former taxi driver, ordering him to repay 51,000 dirhams and 450 to his ex-employers. So the case stemmed from a red light violation that originally resulted in a fine of 3,000 dirhams, but the total penalties escalated to over 50,000 dirhams, including transport-related fees.
So the employer who had covered the fines at the time later filed a lawsuit after the driver failed to reimburse the amount. So the court reviewed the case and upon presentation of full proof of payment by the company, ruled in the employer's favor. So the decision sets a strong precedent for employer-covered liabilities, especially in industries like transport, where traffic violations can carry heavy consequences.
Ooh, with this story, like, you
just don't know what to say. That's the thing.
It's difficult because you know that, if someone's working as a taxi driver, we know
they
that
don't have this much big of an income.
Exactly. He's probably not making that much money, but at the same time, though,
Is it really the company's?
Is it the company's fault because of the fact? Why are you getting so many fines?
Why are you getting so many fines? You need to be a little bit. You need to be held accountable a little bit.
And
the company's not really liable for it.
It's not like they even make it difficult for you to know like how to like
How to
prevent
pay.
yourself from getting the fines.
Yeah,
like you know,
those are-
like it's right there. It's flashing at you. It's flashing at you,
and you can see it, and you can get,
Exactly.
by the way, notifications from specific maps, like
Yes.
Waze. I think you can.
You
get.
can tell. You can tell when it's
Yeah.
gonna be there. You can tell when you're not meant to use your phone. So I feel like there is so much there for
There is
us
so
to know
much there,
when
yeah.
to not get a fine. So in this case, while I do feel bad for him,
Yeah.
that is a lot of
It's
money.
a lot of money.
Don't be out here, you know, getting fines.
Like
There's
one
no
fine, two
need.
fines, you let it pass, but like for it to reach 50,000, like how many fines did you how
That
how
is
many fines
scary.
did you commit to?
That
Like,
is, that is a scary amount. It is.
it's a lot. So it's just, it felt like he was not being held accountable a lot, and is not really.
Probably wasn't holding himself accountable, because I do know people
because
who've
you try
gotten
to
fines,
prevent
Masa.
you try to prevent it the next time. That's
Exactly.
what you do.
try to get a bit of self-awareness and be like, you know
Yeah.
what, I need to
I need to
slow
be
down.
aware, yeah.
I need to slow down a little bit. So
And I
in
start
this
thinking about it
case-
for days. That's the thing. It's just
Yeah.
honestly, whatever. Pay your fines on time and don't get fined. Actually, don't
Yeah.
get fined.
Don't,
Try not
don't
to
let
get
it
fined.
get to that point.
Don't let it get to that point.
Do make sure to stay tuned, guys. Masa is doing a really special interview with Zoya Ahmed.
So she's a 12-year-old author. She's going to be talking about her newest launch, the Between the Pages. So do stay tuned. She's going to be coming into the show after this very short break. Good morning and welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Zoya Ahmed. She's just 12 years old and already a published author. Her book, Between the Pages, takes you on a magical adventure. We're so excited to hear how she came up with it, what inspires her, and what is it like to be a young writer with big imagination. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're only 12 and you published a book, but what did you realize you loved writing?
So basically, I started writing when I was 10 years old in year 5.
Wow, okay.
So my parents and teachers always encouraged me to write a book because they loved how I did creative writing. So I decided, why don't I make a book? So I always in my room, I always read and everything. So whenever I read, I like tweaking the story, like adding characters in. So I decided, why don't I make my own story where my characters get trapped inside the book? So that's when I found my love for writing.
And what's the idea behind between the pages? Like, what sparked the idea? Can you tell us about the premise a bit?
So what sparked the idea is I always love reading fiction books with lots of suspense and thriller.
Nice.
So I decided, why don't my characters get trapped inside the book, like how I always immerse myself inside a book. So that's where the idea came between the pages. Because
Can we look at the cover a bit?
Yeah, it's like
this is so cute. Oh my God, is this like a thriller or adventure book?
So what I want my readers to do is read the book and try to place what the story is about. But it's fiction, suspense, thriller, lots of the keywords I would say is about circle of trust, courage, family bonding, and those type of things.
Do you feel like any personal experience inspired writing this book, or is it just plain imagination?
Basically mostly imagination, because I always had a big imagination when I was younger. So I always like making my own stories, but also reading some books like Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Percy Jackson. Those also fueled that fire that made me write a book.
So is this similar to the typical books that you read, or is it out of the box very different?
Very different, because when I read other books, I don't really find the same type of storyline. I think it's really unique and different.
And how do you feel like maybe new readers for this book, what's different what different elements that they're gonna find in this book?
That they can really relate to the characters and have that connection, and that they maybe enjoy it. It goes with some fluency. So yeah, it's different types of in each chapter, there's different types of things. Some part could be sad, some could be really exciting, pumping with adrenaline and those type of things.
And what was the most exciting part about writing this book?
Probably finishing it off. I'm just oh, I did that 711 pages.
Wow, it's very thick. I mean, just taking a look, it's very thick. How long did it take you to write this?
So I started writing when I was 10, and I finished it when I was 11, but the book was so long, it took a long time publishing to when I was 12.
Okay, and what do you think the writers, the readers will like the most about this book? Maybe a specific storyline, specific character, or the ending maybe?
Maybe what they really like, because the end, I won't tell you what it is, but it's a cliffhanger, and because I'm making a next book.
So you're gonna have a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so is it gonna be the same thing, trapped in a book, or it's completely different thing?
They're trying to get out of the book, but the family doesn't have that good of a relationship, so they have to try to build it on the way.
Okay. So this is a sequel. It's going to be more about family in the sequel?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think of certain themes for every book, or
yeah,
is it just
I
random?
did a certain theme. This theme was about books and being trapped inside it, and there's 2 other themes. It's 2 more books after this.
After this. So is anyone from the character someone personal in your life? Is it inspired by someone in your life?
In a way, because I'm putting all the people who comfort me in the personalities of my characters.
Can you mention one?
My mom and dad.
Yeah.
They're really supportive to me. And my little brother, he can be annoying sometimes, but he's still my little brother. He's always there for me.
So are we going to find this annoying character in the book?
Next book.
Next book? Because next book is going to be more about family.
Yeah.
So what is your ideal writing setup? Is it alone? Do you like to listen to music? Is it with snacks? Is it after finishing your chores? What is it?
So it's kind of hard balancing school and book writing, because now I'm in middle school and it's harder with lots of homework and everything. But I make time slots, because I'm really good at time management, because my school teaches about those type of real life things. So it just flows onto paper. It's onto my laptop.
You're only 12 years old, but I'm very curious. Do you ever get a writer's block?
Yes.
You do?
Sometimes.
Yeah, because it's very normal for a writer to have it, yeah.
Because to be honest, in my first book, it's really easy to flow everything, but the next book should be better, improvement. So whenever I get writer's block, I just write it on my journal, and then it literally just clears everything up, and then I start writing again.
So what inspires you? What gives you that inspiration to, okay, I need to open a journal and start writing immediately?
Because like I don't know why.
What gives
but
you that adrenaline
Yeah,
rush?
it's just like I feel like pumped to finish writing my book. Because when I see the pride on my family's faces, I was like, no, I gotta
it's so cute.
keep going. I gotta keep going.
And do you ever feel like giving up or?
Not exactly. Like sometimes I'm just like I can't do this, but I can because I'm only 12 and I'm young, so I can push myself further and I can go really far into this.
And how do you get inspiration? Is it from like other books or is it just from social
Sometimes
media?
it's other books, but like I think it's mostly by myself because like I have a creative mindset, so I decided that look, fiction and everything, it just interests me so much.
So when you came back to school as a publisher, what was your friends, teachers, and students' reactions?
Well, actually, I published it over the summer holidays.
Okay.
So then my friends were like, "OMG, I'm so congrats and everything," and they said they're gonna buy it on Amazon. And I feel like really proud of myself because some of my friends really love reading, and I really want to share it with them.
Oh, I hope they like this book.
Yeah.
Who was the first person to read between the pages?
Well, I have this family member. I think it's my dad's aunt.
Yeah, and what was
Yeah.
her first reaction?
She was just like, a 12-year-old wrote this.
Really?
She was really surprised.
Why would you say she was very surprised?
Because like I think my adjectives are like out of this world, and the way I form my sentences are really nice.
If you could compare between the pages to a very popular book, what would it be?
Right now, I think popular books are like Percy Jackson and Powerless by Lauren Roberts. So I think that it's not similar, but it's unique in its own way, and people will really like that because it's for all ages. Any age can read it.
And if you could compare it to a TV show, because a lot of books are adaptations of a lot of TV shows are adaptations of books. If you could compare it to a TV show, what would it be?
Like what TV show?
Yeah.
That's a hard one. Like, okay, like I think last summer I had a really big craze on Harry Potter. So when I
it
compare,
feels like Harry Potter.
Yeah, it does
yes.
kind of feel because it has some magic and things, like
Yeah.
some spiritual things, but it's different in that type of way. Like there's different types of magic, good and bad.
And if you're only 12 years old, and I'm sure a lot of other people your age are super talented and they're inspired to write a book, what's one advice you'd give to them that they feel like they're stuck in a place or they feel they don't have enough support?
I say that you should do it. Like you should start by today because don't hold yourself back. A small idea can go into somewhere bigger. Like my book was just like some little project at first, and then now it came into this. It can really, you know, shine.
Was there a specific part while writing this book that made you like stop and think, oh no, it needs to be an actual published book? Like maybe you reach a specific suspenseful
maybe
conflict.
in chapter 17, the royal catastrophe, I thought that was a really good chapter. I was like, no, people have to read this. It's so good because like each chapter has a different story. Each chapter has a different twist. You don't see it coming. Like in some chapters, it's just like smooth, but then suddenly just goes like that.
Ah, okay. But why did you decide to leave the audience on a cliffhanger?
Because then you're eager to read more. Because some books I read, I'm just like, why'd you do that to me? I want to know what happens next, especially when it's not published yet. So I think my book will be published like next year around that time.
So you like cliffhangers, or
I really like cliffhangers. It keeps me going.
So are you thinking of maybe ending it in the second sequel, or giving another cliffhanger for a third?
Another cliffhanger, the third book. I already thought of the cliffhanger.
So what's next for you other than writing another sequel?
Basically for my future aspiration, I always wanted to be a psychologist. Yeah. So basically, whenever I was young, I always liked being a doctor, right? So I decided to look further into that doctor topic. So I thought psychologist is the one for me because I like warming up to people, finding out the human mindset, how to communicate with it.
Smart. So are we going to see any psychological elements in the book?
Yeah.
And in the next book?
Yeah, there's like some
like
quotes.
those psychological elements, like thinking into psychology and like trying to understand the brain behind this character. Zoya, thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Congratulations on publishing the book.
Thank
I can't
you.
wait to write it, and it's super thick.
It's
going to take me the whole summer to read it. Best of luck on your sequel.
Thank you so much.
Wish we can have you again when you publish the next sequel.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. We go live every weekday at 8:30 a.m. So come say hi. Bye. Bye.